Pom 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 pom. Hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Another day together. Well, another evening together. And welcome. Hello. Hello, Tony. Hello, Hula. Hey, hey. So, what are we gonna do today? Hello. Hi. Today, hello. I think if I just click on this, it's doing it automatically. No, it's not. I have to move my hand manually. What are we gonna do tonight? Well, I'm pretty happy that yesterday we managed to fix the horse riding. It was very tough. We managed to solve the unsolvable, and it's very nice to see that it's working. Now, there are a few things that I want to do, and maybe we can put it in the we can put it in our mission, right? Why not? Now we have much better pictures than this, huh? Much better pictures than this. Actually, we have this one, which is very nice. We take this piece and we put it instead of these two things, right? Even if that one with the man's, with the with the pyramid of people was not too bad. So one thing I want to do. We had an idea. Do the same with the drifter. Maybe. So let's expand a bit this this list. Okay. Did I post the link everywhere, by the way? Let me just see. I posted on the 2 plane shift. Yes. What's a horse? Yeah, if I name it, someone is asking, what's a horse? But if I name it Rivnak, it will get less Google hits for sure. So it's not possible to name it. To name it Rivnak. So implement the movement control. Let's say that we implemented the very basic movement control at the moment. So let me delete this 1 second. So let's say that we have so allow the player to let's say move the horse while riding. So this we did, okay? So allow the player to move the horse while riding is done. I mean, it's not great, but it is done and it works, right? But there are a few other things that I would like to do. First of all, I would like to understand how to manage different speed, right? Because I think we can have a walk. I mean, we don't want the horse to run all the time, right? Because like if you are in a city or if you have an NPC on top of a horse, you don't want the NPC to go at maximum speed. So so I think there should be a walk, there should be a run, and there should be a sprint, exactly the same way that we do with our characters. And I think it's good that we keep it like these 3 levels, because I think that then will be a bit easier for me, because it's already defined in our characters. Hello, Marcelo. Good evening. So it's already defined in our characters. So I think that it's kind of good that we keep it the same. So I would say manage different speed, right? Different speeds. Can you say speeds? I don't know. Different speeds. Walk, run, and sprint. Is there plural form of speed is speeds. Speeds. Okay. So I think it's okay. So manage different speed. The second thing I would like to do is to well, we need to before everything. I think we need to do one fix, because at the moment, actually, I cheated a bit, and the camera is broken. So fix the camera position. No, fix the not the camera position. The direction. Right, the horse direct. Fix the horse direction. By taking into account the camera rotation. So at the moment it is not working. So if I rotate the camera, my controls are extremely hard to use because they are like upside down, right? Now this is something that we need to fix. Then the other thing, maybe before managing different speed, I don't know, or will be to have a bit of a rotation. I mean, to have the rotation go slower. At the moment, the rotation is super quick. You know, so when I rotate the horse, it's like rotating like a, no, too quick. So so I need to understand how to do it, but we should slow down the rotation while we are on the horse. So we want the horse to rotate slowly, right? Then I want to add jump, which it should be very easy. This is probably the easiest to do, because we can just have the character jump, and I think it will work immediately. And maybe there is a kind of a quick win that we can do immediately, so we can do it before everything. Then the other thing I would like to do is to have the horse. I was thinking another thing meanwhile, but to have the horse bend his head, or no, his neck, bend his neck. So bend his neck in the direction of the rotation, which should be possible because we can just rotate one bone. And now we need to see if it becomes too heavy. I mean, not too heavy, too stiff, like, so it looks fake or not, because it depends a bit how the geometry of the horse of the rib neck is, and how the rotation and the bones are made. So I would like to have the horse, yes, bend his neck a bit in direction of the rotation, and keep the rest of the body straight, you know, so that he's slowly kind of rotating. And then what I want to do, there is also another problem, unfortunately. So we need to fix the player position on the horse. At the moment, rotation, initial rotation. I've seen that if the initial rotation of the horse is different than 0, which was the one that we were spawning at the beginning, then the rotation, then my character gets attached the wrong way. So we need to get somehow this information and to store it in the character when he's riding. Then other thing we can do, I don't know, but I think this is already a good list. I think that this will make it reasonable. Now for bending the neck, I was thinking that maybe we can also have it. Is my face still super big? Yes, huh? I guess my face is still super big. If the monster is suddenly spawned, I guess you mean spawned on the road, being really speed at turning can be interesting. What? I mean, you mean that you want the speed to be faster or slower? I don't know if I understand what you're saying. I think it would be nice also to have some other animations, like for example, in the idle animation. Yes, and then the other thing we need to add the sounds. Footstep. How are the horse sounds called? I don't know. They're called footstep anyway, even if it doesn't have a feet. Horse footstep. Possibly different by speed. That would be the best. If we could do the footstep different by speed, I think will be pretty good. I think it will work already if we put in the animation, but yeah, footstep sounds. I mean, not the traces on the ground, just the footstep sounds. And then what else? I think it's okay. There is already a very good list. This one I think is yes, I want a slow turn. At the moment is rotating super quick. I mean, it's rotating in a way that is unnatural. It looks like he's not rotating well. I think rotation can be affected by speed, but I don't want to make it too complex at the end. But yes, in theory, like if you are running very fast, to rotate, you need some space, right? If you are standing still, to rotate, you can basically rotate in place, right? So depending on the speed, it may be easier or harder to rotate, right? But I don't know if I can do that. Probably yes, because it's just I mean, I think we have the speed anyway as a parameter, and we can plug it into the rotation. But again, if you are standing still, the horse should feel like he has some weight, so that you have to really pull, you have to pull to have him move, right? So it doesn't move automatically. I don't know if you have been on a horse, but I've been on a horse, and if you want him to move, I mean, you need really to give him the command, and convince him to turn somehow. It's not it's not instant like now that you press a key and he moves and he rotates 90 degrees, right? So that's very unrealistic. So I think we can try to do this, okay? Now the easiest place to do it is to do it in our sample project, right? Because In the sample project, we have pretty much the same, I would say, handling. And then we can port it, in the, you see how it rotates? I mean, it's makes no sense, right? It's super quick. And when he has to start walking, is kind of slow, right? Also, I don't know if I really like the fact that it's not moving up and down in any way, but I think unfortunately it is the animation itself that is done this way. So it's the animation of the horse that is done in a way that is not moving up and down. Right? A horse should move up and down anyway, mainly when he's galloping. Is doing a lot of up, down. But if you want a natural reaction to a sudden monster on the road, my mount go up on his back to leg and fail. He fell from the horse going round and round. Yeah. If you go too quick, you rotate too quick. Oh, right. So definitely rotation should be different, and also when you rotate, there should be this. You understand what I mean? Now the neck should rotate first, and then the body should rotate next, right? So there should be some inertia, you know. Now, again, I don't want to do it I don't want to make it too complex, right? But I want to do it just slightly better of what we have now. This monster will just yeah, it would be nice to implement an attack, you know, that he can just lower his head and then headbutt, yes, bump into the enemy, right? Boom. Yeah, he's not colliding with that, because he's not colliding because look at this. It's not colliding because the capsule that we defined is small. If we make a bigger capsule, it will collide more. At the moment, you see, this is the capsule, so this is the sides of the collision, which is obviously not correct, but it's okay. In plane shift, we did it a bit better. Okay, so actually for the jump, oops. For the jump, this monster is jumping already, right? At least in this example, is not jumping in the is not jumping in plane shift, but is jumping here. So small jumps we can do. Maybe this one is too much, we cannot do, but small jumps we can do. I don't know if there is a maximum height at which you can go over obstacles. Super low. Yeah, it's like nothing. But if I jump, then I can, right? So we could we can make our obstacle course here if we want. I mean, not that it's needed, but just for fun, 1 second. So we could right. Hop! Fuck. Didn't make it. I'm not very good at riding horses. Hop! I think he cannot. I think it's too high. I think it's definitely too high. It's really high. For him, it's too high. I mean, we can increase the size of the jump, by the way. We can increase the sides of the jump. I mean, we can make him jump as much as we want, actually. I think it's just a setting on the character itself. Hop, hop, hop. Easy. Hop, hop, hop. I think it's basically doing it even without. I don't know. If I don't jump at the right time, it's not doing it. Okay. But anyway, we can do this. Okay, so the jump, I think it should be fairly easy. We just need to plug the jump of our character into the jump of the creature. And I think that would do it, right? If we want to do the jump. Now, another thing is the rotation and the rotation. So let's try to understand, because I have no idea on how to do it, okay? So I need to understand how to do it. So if you want to rotate slowly, right? If I want to rotate slowly, then I need in my at the end, where did we have the input axis? We have it here or not? I don't remember if this is the one getting used. We can actually see, because we only have one anyway. No, it is not getting called, right? It is not getting called, so it's probably inside my. Yes, it's probably here. No, where is that? Here we only have the mount. Then it's here. Okay, it's here. So this one is the one that is getting called when I move. Let me try to debug third person character. Yeah, it's not very visible here, but maybe if I take yes, you see, considering is now, yeah, he's taking move right and move left anyway. I think we need to do the check anyway for zero value, because if he's zero, if he's not moving, we should not do add movement. I think is useless to do an add movement if it's not. So I think if this value is different than 0, then we can do it. If not, we just don't do anything. Okay, so this is something that we can say. So this one will now, when I'm standing still, right? When I'm standing still, this one, you see, is going only to the branch and is not executing the other part, while when I push, when I move, then it's executing also the other part, okay? So, but basically, yes, this is the part where we have the movement. So we should decide, we should decide, can we move this movement to another movement input, move axis right, because it's a bit confusing to have it here actually. I struggle a bit to find it all the time. Maybe I can just move it all to the right or all to the left like this. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it like this. Let's do one box. Maybe we change the color of the box as well, so that we recognize it very easily. Okay, something like that. Okay, so we recognize very easily that here is the purple one is the one that is managing the movement. That is actually valid for both, and this one is valid for this. Okay. So what we want to do when we are moving forward, so when we have the forward vector, I think we want to keep it as it is. When we start to have the rotation, right, we want to reduce it. Now, I think there are different ways to do it. One is just to reduce the value here in the rotation, but I think there is also a setting. The problem is that in this case I will have to set it on my PS character, which I think is not a good idea. But I think that there are a lot of controls dedicated to movement, right? And it's just something that I never worked on. But I think, I don't know if it's in class defaults. Here it is. Base turn rate. But base turn rate, yes, like base turn rate, base lookup rate. So it is 45 what? 45 degrees per second. Let me try to put like 5. Okay, let's try to make it extremely smaller value. My character turns exactly the same. Makes totally no difference. Interesting. Base turn rate. Where is this variable coming from? Base turn rate. It seems it's not making any difference really. Class defaults. Jump max count. The max number of jumps the character can perform. What do you mean? At the moment the jump is doing nothing, by the way, when I'm not mounted. Probably because I just redirected the jump fully to the mount, I think. If my mount is valid, then jump the mount. If not, yeah, this is not correct. Huh? It is not correct. If it's not valid, we should jump ourselves, right? Okay, so now we can jump again. It's interesting, this setting about the number of jumps. So if I say 2, it means that I can jump and jump, like have a double jump, like Crash Bandicoot. Ah, yes. I can jump twice. Very nice. Very nice, I can jump 2 times. So this one is actually affecting the max time the jump key can be held. Not the stop jumping is not called before jumping max. So if I say hold jump 2 seconds, what does it do? Wow. It's making my character nearly fly because I'm keeping it pressed, you know? And it's stopping the jump when, okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So it's already embedded. So this thing is already embedded into Unreal, right? So at the moment anyway, we want the jump max to be 0 and the jump max count to be 1 and the max hold to be 0. Now it's strange that this base turn rate is not doing anything though. If I put it at 1, I mean, I was expecting to have a much slower rotation, right? Let me try 100, I don't know. It seems to be exactly identical. Is the rotation of the camera? No. Maybe it's used in another type of movement mode. That could be, because it seems to me that it's doing nothing. This base turn rate, maybe we can Google it, but the base turn rate doesn't seem to do much. Turn rate, dumb question. There are no dumb questions. Multiplying the axis turn rate, base turn rate, and get with delta second allow the player to turn using the stick. Also limit the speed at which you can turn. This will by this value together can be the outcome. The axis is then multiplied by the turn rate. So if your turn rate is 5, it multiplies the axis by 5, increasing how fast you will turn. If your turn rate is 0.5, the turn rate will be halved. Ah, okay. So I have to go lower than 1. I can do 0.1. I have no problem. 0.1. No, I think it's not applied. It's not applied to me. For some reason it's not applied to this character, so it doesn't make any difference. Let me see if there are other movement. No, here no. Maybe we have some more under character movement, because this is actually the character itself, okay? But then there is the character movement component. The character movement component is the one that is managing the actual movement, right? So for example, gravity, custom gravity scale. So if I say gravity is 0, it means that my character will never come back. Yes, it's basically flying forever. It will never come back. Okay, good. So at least it's working. So the gravity is there, the maximum acceleration is there. Sorry, it's a bit small for you, maybe you cannot read it, but max acceleration, braking friction, there are so many parameters. Look at this. Mass, the mass of the pawn. So you can decide the mass of your so if I do 10,000 mass, I mean I make a mass that is like insane. I think if I don't have the physics, it will not make any difference, right? I think if to change the mass, I need, by the way, I don't remember what was the original value, probably 100. If you don't have the physics, probably you don't have the braking sub-step. Enable scoped movement. Enable server movement. Hello, Gian. Rotation rate. Yeah, I think I will reach it because it's in the character movement. I'm just reading them all because I think it's a good. I mean, it's good to know that they exist. You know, I think I never looked at this list, and I think it's good if I read it and I kind of. I mean, not try to memorize it because I will not be able to, but just to know that it exists, you know. This is all about physics. Then there is walking. Okay, the max step height I think is the one that I used already. So it's the one that is telling what is the max step for this creature. Now, I don't know if when I'm on the horse, let me try 100. Okay, let me try 100 here. I want to see, so now I will be able to step over, I guess. Yes, much higher, you see. I can go above here. Let me make it even more evident because it's not evident enough. Let me make it 200. Okay, so which is obviously looking super bad because the character will just be able basically to teleport over, yes, like this, you see. So he's teleporting over, but I want to see when I'm on the horse, if is the horse one that counts. Yes. Okay, this is good because it's what we want. This is very good. So I can say that for my character is 45, but for my Rivnak, the max step height is 200, right? So this will mean, I mean, it will still look bad. It's just to test this value. This means that now I cannot do this. You see, I'm getting blocked. But if I do it with my horse, I can go up, right? Which, okay, I think is a bit too much, the value, but it's just to show the functionality. Okay, it's a bit too much that we do it like this, but it's good because we keep the two characters and each character is keeping his movement settings, right? Maybe a better value will be like 80 or 70. Maybe 70 will be a good so is the maximum height this creature can step on without getting stopped, right? Ground friction. Oh my god, what is ground friction? Setting that affects movement control. Higher value allow for faster change in direction. Interesting. So if I put it to 0, what happens? Or to 1? I don't know. Let's try 0. Doesn't seem to make any freaking difference. Maybe 0 is a value that is not. I did it on. Sorry, I did it on the horse. I did it on the horse. It was 8. No, let me do it. Let me do it on the character, on my character. Let's do 0.1. 0.1. Yes, it's taking a bit more, but I mean very little. But anyway, but yes, it's taking a bit more to change direction. It's like the problem is that if I run around like this, it looks like he's skidding. It's like if there is ice. This will be a perfect effect. Very nice effect for ice, because Sims is sliding on the glass, on the ice. I mean. Okay, so let's put it back to 8. Then what we have? We have the max walk speed and the max speed. So the max speed when walking and the max speed when crouching. And then we have the braking deceleration. I have no idea. Swipe, can walk. Okay, all this I think is not very interesting. Then the jump velocity, the air control. This is interesting. So if I put the air control to 0, in theory I should not be able to jump and then and change my direction, right? Exactly. Which feels pretty bad, but I think is the way it is. So you cannot in theory you cannot influence, you know, the way. What was the original value? Fuck. Let me check it from the horse. Air control 0.05. I think it was higher than that. I think it was 0.2. No idea. Yes, but you see, you are basically, if I jump straight, but then I push on the left, my character is anyway moving a bit. I mean, not much, but it's moving a bit. If I make it way higher, I don't know, I can make 5. This will look a bit silly, but basically you could jump and then move in another direction. So this will pair very, very well with the double jump, right, that we have seen before, which was on the person character. So if I can do 3 jumps. No, I can do, let's say, 2 jumps, right? And I can hold my jump for 1 second, and I can move while jumping. It becomes like a platformer, you know. So I can jump, move, jump, you know, move, jump. I can basically control my movement in the air. So it becomes like a platformer game. It's very good that the engine has this as a default, you know, already pre-built for you to use. I think is insanely good. All of this is pre-built. You just change a few values here and you can do all this stuff, you know. You can do all this stuff very easy. I think it's very nice. The default values are bad anyway, should be tweaked for every game. Yeah, I imagine, yes. Yeah, but I mean, the fact that they're already exposed, I think is super good, no? I really like it. Let me put some music in the background. By the way, I was searching for new redeem. You know the redeem? I was searching for new redeem. And I found some, but I'm still working on it.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye. Have fun back there. Relax. You've already lost.
So I have some sounds that I took from GTA.
See you later. Alrighty then. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this thing. Let's go for it.
I think they are pretty good. I just need to decide which one to put, and I don't know if you played GTA, but it is the voice of Michael. And I have also found some for Trevor. Trevor is the crazy guy.
Little miscalculation there.
Little.
I'll do this blind.
Little miscalculation there. I think this one could be fun.
Little miscalculation there.
I don't know if you play the game, but if you play the game, this guy's completely crazy, and he's a very weird character. But hearing the voice is so funny.
I'll do this blindfolded if you want.
So this one I think is pretty good.
Come on. I'll be here all week.
So I'm still working on this, but I will find a few, and I will add it. We'll add it to the I will add it to the thing. Maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. I will see. But yes, I think I will. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. I'm searching Rick and Morty. But it's not a video game. It's not a video game, right? Or there is also the video game, because I want only video games. Only video games voice lines. Okay, but anyway, let's go back. Parenthesis. Parenthesis closed. So other thing that we can set, let me see, here we are on the third person character. Character walking, jumping, falling, air control. Air control I think is super good anyway. Air control is very interesting. I think makes the game more fun. I mean, having the ability to move in the air, I mean, obviously it's not realistic, but it's very fun, you know. I don't know, makes the feeling of the character is immediately better. You feel the character that you can do, you know. Well, depends also on the height of the jump, because now I think the jump is very high, eh? So this character is jumping. Look at that. I mean, it's a super jump. It's not a jump. I mean, normal person doesn't jump like this, right? Like 2 meters. He's more than his height, so yeah, it's about his height. So I think it's like 2 meters jump. So, but anyway. What else? We have character movement swimming, character movement flying, so at which speed is flying, character movement custom movement, okay, character movement rotation. Okay, so I think this is the one that we are searching at the moment. Rotation rate. Rotation rate 540, yes, 540, like you said. So what does it mean, Z? I mean, I can rotate also in other directions, but how do I? So if I do Y 100 and Z 540, what happens? My character will rotate in the other axis? No, because probably there is it needs a different input. Probably needs a different input. Okay, but anyway, it's only on the Z. It's only on the Z. Use controller desired rotation. If through smoothly rotate the character toward the controller desired rotation, typical controller rotation, use rotation rate as the rotation of the change overridden by. Holy shit. Orient rotation to movement. Ah, yes, this one is the one that makes the character, okay. Okay, but this is the rotation rate. So if I take the rotation rate and instead of 540, I make it 54, right? I make it 54, which is 10 times slower. But the problem is that, no, this is not what I wanted to obtain. So basically, if I press the A, it moves to the left and slowly rotates, you know. But I mean, that was not the idea. The idea is that I want him to stay. So I want a turn, not a rotation. Right? I mean, the rotation rate can stay at 540, but the problem that I want the turn rate. Is there a turn rate or something? No, the turn rate doesn't exist. The turn rate was on the character, but here at the beginning, base turn rate. But I think that the base turn rate is not doing shit. This base turn rate, we try to change it and it's not helping. Okay, so let me try to do it in another way. So if we reduce when we are rotating, right? When we are rotating, if we reduce this value, right? Forward and backward, we will keep it the same. But right vector, instead of 1, we will divide it by, I don't know, we will divide it by, no, can I divide it by a float? We will divide it by 5, okay? So it will be like 0.2. No, not this one. The value. Divided by 5, okay? So basically now the rotation should be way, I think he's a bit slower. Can divide it by 10. I mean, it's not really making a lot of difference. I can divide it by 100, I don't know. Can divide it by 100. Now you see, this is not affecting what I want to affect. I mean, now you see how slow is moving? Is moving. It's trying to move to the left, but it's moving super slow to the left. Okay. But this is not the point. What I want to change is his ability to rotate. Maybe it's a combination of the two. Let me divide it by 50 and let me do the character movement rotation. What was the rotation? Rotation at 54, so 10 times less. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's a combination of the two because it controls the amount that is actually moving. Now it has to be progressive somehow, otherwise, but it's exactly the effect that I'm expecting on the horse, you know. So when you try to rotate him for a certain amount of time, is like this, and then obviously it should become faster, right? So you can run and then you try to turn. But if I change the camera, no, it's the same. Also with the camera is having the same slowness. The only problem is that you can go back very easy. Why when I press backward? What the because now when I press backward, he's trying to rotate fully. Show the arrow, make it bigger. Yeah, I can, but no, but I think I understand anyway what he's doing. The arrow has no parameters, so the arrow has no parameter unless it's on the capsule, but I don't think so. Unless it's on the character, I don't think so. Unless it's on the settings, no. I don't know, this arrow component seems to be invisible. But no, but the point is that if I make it slower like this, so I think, for example, with the horse, I cannot when I go backward, I want to go backward very slow. And actually, I don't want my character to rotate, right? I mean, I don't want to make it annoying, but I want to make it reasonable, right? Because at the moment, I think it's not. So I think that when I'm going backward, wait a second, when I'm going backward, how can I know if I'm going backward? I think I can take the axis forward and I can check if the value is less than 1, right? I can check if the value is less than 0. If the value is less than 0, I want to... the value is less than 0. I want to scale the value so much. No, not so much. But anyway, you cannot move backward the same speed as you move forward. That's for sure. That's for sure. It doesn't make sense, you know. So I think I want to, let's try to divide it by 3. So if it's true, I will divide it by 3 and plug in the scale. If it's not, I will just keep it as it is. Which, by the way, I think is 1. I think the value that we are getting from the controller is always 1. So in theory now, it should move slower when I'm trying to go back. Yes, it's definitely slow. The problem is that it's trying to turn. Why is trying to turn? He's trying to face, you see, he's trying to face me. He's trying to face me. I think it's one of the things that we have seen before, which was use controller rotation jaw. If true, the spawn jaw will be updated to match the controller rotation jaw. I don't know, let me try to click it and see what it does. Yeah, exactly, it's this one. Now, unfortunately, it will look like he's walking backward, but I think it's better, you know. Now I did all these settings on me. I should do it actually on the creature. I don't know why I did it on me, but because it was quicker to test. But okay, let me try to put it back to what it was, and then we try to do it on the horse, okay? Because I think it's a better idea. So on the horse, we need to select use controller jaw, this one disabled, right? And this will already be, I think, something more realistic. Then we want in the character movement component, I want the turn rate, the rotation rate. Yes, this where was 540, and here we change it to 54. Maybe 54 is too little, but let's make it more evident, and then we can tweak it down, okay? For example, the creature already has a 360, already has a lower rotation rate. If true, rotate the character toward the direction of the acceleration. I don't think I want the character to turn in the direction of the acceleration. And then we need to change in our third person character, we need to do this. We need to do this when we are on the mount, right? So I basically need to switch these two. Hello, hello. Hello, Eduardo. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the follow. So, I think we want... my graph is going a bit crazy. My graph is going a bit crazy, but I think we just want the opposite, okay? So we want to use the... Yeah. We want to use this new setting when we are on the mount, right? And not when we are on feet. So let me see if my character now looks... no, I didn't connect something. Wow. I didn't connect... I think I messed up something. We are searching for the purple box. Huh? Okay, here it is. What did I do? If my mount is valid, then add movement input to mount. No, I messed up this thing. No, sorry, because I am using two different functions. No, okay. So I need to... do it differently, okay. I need to, sorry, it's messed up. It's completely messed up. I thought I could switch, but I cannot switch. Because here we need the two different ones based on the division by 3. If we are going backward, we divide by 3. If not, we just use the current value. Yes. And the word direction will stay as it is. Okay, my character is pretty much the same, with the difference that I'm still dividing. I still have one value. I still have one value, which I think is the lateral. So we said there were two things to do together, right? To combine together. One was the rotation rate, and I did it. And the second one was what? Was this one divided by 50. Yeah, the movement to the right. So also this one I have to do it only when I'm on a mount. So this one I will connect here, and this one I will connect here. Okay, so now my character should move again like he was moving before. Okay, so my character is as it was, but when I jump on my mount, right, I cannot move forward and I cannot move backward. Okay. Okay. 410 points. Not bad. Why I cannot move forward? Holy shit. Because I didn't connect the mount, I didn't connect the mount. Yes, I didn't connect the mount. That's why. Oops. This is a problem because I'm not stopping movement when I... Yeah. It already feels much better. I mean, obviously you cannot feel it because you are not pressing the keys, but when I try to go left, I mean, when I try to turn left, it feels like I'm turning something heavy. It feels like I'm trying to turn something which is pretty heavy. Because I have to push for it, you know, I have to... So I think it's much better. And also, if I have to do some obstacles, you know, yeah, the only problem is that it's rotating. No, this thing, wait a second. This thing was the other setting, but I think I did it, no? I did the rotate. No, there was one which was use controller rotation jaw, right? So that when I go backward, it does not rotate. I don't want this to rotate when no, it's rotating. Why is it rotating now? I can remove it, but I think it was this one. I think it was, no. Why is not making any difference now on this one? Maybe because on the character, it counts myself. If that's the case, it's annoying. Huh? Let me try to do it on myself, and then to mount, No. For some reason, you see, like now with my character, if I go backward, I just go backward. I mean, it's not perfect, but anyway, it goes backward. Because I have this setting, use controller jaw enabled, right? If I disable it, when I go backward, I rotate, right? So on the horse, use controller jaw, I enable it, so I should not go backward, but I don't know if there is another one. There was the other one. I have a question about the tutorial. It says I should press the golden man, but it's not there anymore. If it's not there anymore, it means that you clicked on it already. Or maybe you restarted the game. I think if you restart the game, the golden man may disappear. I'm not sure. But the golden man is telling you stuff that you already know. He's telling you pretty basic stuff, like he's telling you you have to move with WS, A, D. You can click the characters. I mean, it's not a great tutorial. I think it's a very basic tutorial, so... No, the golden man is not making a difference, I think, on your tutorial. You can just go to the first lady and speak with her, and I think it will continue. I think. I don't know if there is a script. I don't know if there is a script that is checking if you click on the golden man. I don't remember. I don't remember if we do an actual check. I mean, if you are really in trouble, delete the character and do another one. I don't know. If you are in trouble, redo the character creation. Okay, why this guy is rotating anyway? I've seen another setting, okay? I've seen another setting, which was... this one. Orient Rotation... Right. What do we have it on my character? Orient Rotation. Is selected. Is actually selected. I can remove it, but or is doing a mix, of my character and the beast, and so the result. And now I removed it and it works like I want. But it doesn't rotate anymore. It doesn't rotate at all. I don't know. It's a bit weird anyway. Because it seems to add, anyway, it seems to add... It's a bit weird, eh? Orient rotation. If true, rotate the character toward the direction of the acceleration, using rotation rate as the rate of rotation. I want to do it only when I'm looking forward. When I'm going backward, I would like to avoid that. Override, use control the desired rotation. Now we want to make sure that the other settings are cleared, such as use control rotation jaw on the character. Ah, you see, is referencing the other one that we just changed. Now we want to make sure the other settings are cleared. Okay, so if I enable this, it's saying that we should disable the other one, which I already forgot where the hell it was. Ah, yeah, on the car. Oh, I don't know why one is on the pawn. Why all these use controller rotation? One is on the pawn, one is on the character. I don't know. Maybe because one is more related to the camera and another is more related to the movement. Maybe. This looks good now, but it looks good only when I'm going forward. It looks bad when I'm going backward. And also, whenever I'm looking, this guy is rotating too. But, okay, I think it is reasonable. I think it's reasonable anyway. I mean, it's not great, but it's reasonable. He's using the camera. So if I'm, look, if I'm looking exactly at the back, no, I don't think I can, but I don't think I can look exactly at the back, but basically, if I look a bit to the right, it's rotating this way. If I look a bit on the left, it's rotating this way. So it's basically summing the camera view with the actual rotation. I don't know if this is done by purpose or what. I mean, rotating on the ground looks okay. I mean, it would be best if we could play the walk animation, because if you could play the walk animation, I think the rotation will look much better. Right? Like this, it will look a bit like this. But I think it's better to rotate this way, you know, much slower. You should note that use controller jaw will use mouse for rotation, not just the key. The mouse is influencing it. Yeah, I think going backward with the horse is very hard. Huh? Use controller jaw will use the mouse. But use controller jaw at the moment is disabled. You see, is disabled, but still, you know, but still, my mouse is affecting it. Why my mouse is affecting it? I don't understand. In the movement, I have... In the movement now, I have Orient Rotation. Okay, let me remove this one as well. So this way, my mouse should make no difference. I still... I hit a wall. So if I look like this and just go backward, you see that it's going a bit to the left. And if I do this, it goes a bit to the right. because it's based on the camera position. It's not based on the character. I think it's this get forward vector that is fucking me up. Wait. I think it's the... What is this get forward vector? Get control... Ah, okay. Get control rotation. No. When I'm on the mount, I don't want to use this. I want to use the forward vector of my character. Of the mount, actually. Of the mount. Yes. Get forward vector of the mesh. I think now will be better. Meaning that my character moves normally, but when I'm on the mount... No, why still... What the... How can the forward vector be this way? It says that the forward vector is this way. How is possible? Come on. It's like if it's rotating 90 degrees. You want to add the arrow, eh? Yeah, but the arrow... the arrow... I can add another arrow. Arrow 1. Child of mesh. Can make it bigger. Big arrow. And it should be visible, I guess. No, it's not visible. Visible, yes. Hidden in game, no. Okay. What? I don't know, it seems that the horse moved. Okay, now I can see the arrow.
I will find a way to set things right.
I will find a way. What the fuck this thing is doing? Is the opposite, is rotated 90 degrees. If I move, you are using your character, not the horse. No, I'm using, no, but I did the test. You see, I did the test with the steps and with the speed and with the other stuff. Everything now is the horse, huh? Everything is the horse. If it was my character, I would move left and right super quick. But you see the difference when I... Now I cannot dismount. I don't know why. Because I cannot click on this guy. But you see, my character is moving normally. You see? Everything is normal in my character. When I go on the mount, I'm using the settings of the mount, which is exactly what I want. The only problem is that if I remove the controller jaw, let me put it back now. If I remove the use Orient Rotation, rotate the character toward the direction of acceleration. This one definitely I don't want, okay? But the other one, which is use controller jaw, I think this one I want, maybe. I don't know. Because it was looking completely fucked up. I'm pressing forward. I'm pressing forward and it goes left. I'm pressing backward and it goes right. I'm pressing left and it doesn't do anything. Now it's moving left super slow. I'm pressing right and it's moving right super slow. Why they are inverted? I think I did some mess. Wait. I did, I'm pretty sure I did a mess here. I'm pretty sure. When I swapped the two, maybe I didn't use the forward. I used the... No, move right, right vector. Move forward, forward vector. No, in reality they are correct. But for some reason it seems that it's moving. The mesh is rotated. Take forward vector of the capsule and arrow. I don't know. The character, the arrow is looking like this, and it should be on the x axis. That is what I know, right? So that the x axis should be the direction where the character is looking at, to be rotated the right way. Right, so that is the thing, and I think it's the same thing that we do in the code, right? Because in the code, when we move forward or backward, we take the forward vector. When we are moving left or right, we are taking the right vector. But this mess happened only when I disabled... When this mess happened, it happened only when I disabled here the Orient Rotation. This one, when I changed this, I think it's when I changed that, it started to do weird stuff. Still doing weird stuff. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know, it's just rotating on himself continuously. It's just rotating on himself continuously, bro. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. It's like he's trying to align to a direction which is actually not the correct direction. So it really looks like rotated 90 degrees. But it's not. I think it started to fuck up when I removed this, right? When I connected this and this instead of taking the control rotation, I took the mount rotation, and that fucked up everything, right? That is when it changed, huh? Yes, now I'm going forward and now I'm going back. Well, backward is still very weird, but forward at least is forward. So I think if I take the control rotation, seems to be correct. If I take the forward vector of the mesh, I need to rotate it 90 degrees or something because it's not working correctly. I can try to get the right vector, why not? But then the other problem I have is, yeah, probably like this is correct. Yes, like this I think looks fine. Going backward is still a bit weird. It's super weird. Going backward is super weird. Going forward is okay. Going left is okay. Going right is hard, but okay. Takes a bit to rotate the horse, but we can decide why the right is lower than the left. No, it's identical. Huh? It just looks like, but why stops here? It stops at like 90 degrees. Okay, because probably there is a reasoning behind, but it's okay because he's using the camera position. I don't know. Hop, hop. I think it looks fine. I mean, it's not great because anyway, the rotation is still a bit weird, but the problem is going backward. Going backward is completely fucked up. So I said if it's less than 0, should I turn this the opposite? Should I multiply by -1? Uh-oh. My God, he's trying, but holy fuck! What is doing? I inverted it because true when it's greater than 1, when it's greater than 0. No, it was correct. It's just that I needed to put this one on the other side. No, it's correct. Is that I need to let me try to revert this and see what happens. Because this is going back. No, if I do -1, it goes forward anyway. If I do -1, it goes forward anyway, so that's not the way. But strangely, going forward is fine, going backward is not. Why? I mean, going forward now... Oops. Okay, GG. Going forward now is fine. I mean, it's not great, but I would say it's okay. The problem is going back. Going backward is still using somehow my camera. I don't know. Look, going backward is like super stupid. I can avoid dividing by 3. Maybe this division by 3 is messing up. I can avoid this, but because it was a way to try to have him move slower when going backward. No, it's still stupid. Going backward is like shaking. You see how he's shaking? He's shaking. He's shaking a lot. Going forward, no. But going back, now. It does it only sometimes when it's rotated in a certain way. Look. It's always defaulting to this position. When I go forward, I can go any direction, okay? And there is no problem. I can go left, I can go right, I can go wherever I want. When I go backward, look, it's always going into that position. What the fuck? You change to setting Joe and yeah, Joe is not Joe, but okay. Joe is Joe. And point to acceleration. Yeah, but why only when going backward is doing this mess? Even if I look this way. So if I am in the if I'm in this position, okay, and I just press backward, look at what it's doing. It's doing the wall, circle, and then it's defaulting again to this position. I have no idea why. I have no idea why. Okay. Instead of getting the mesh vector, you should use the actor itself. You think it's better to get the mount? But I think the right vector is only on the mesh, no? I don't think I can get the actor vector. If I do get right vector, is asking me, I mean, I can do it with a capsule, but it is get right actor. No, there is also get actor right vector. Okay, this one, I can try. You think it's better? What is the difference? I mean, the mesh should be oriented in the same way, no? No, the mesh is actually rotated 90 degrees, actually. Yeah, now it's crazy again, yes, because, okay, I understand what you mean. So here I should get the forward vector now. Get actor forward vector. Get actor forward vector, okay. So this why it was looking weird, because I was getting the one of the mesh, and the mesh is rotated 90 degrees, right? That is the reason, huh? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yes, moving forward is fine. Moving backward is still completely fucked up anyway. Whatever position, so let me go. So if I go in this position and I only press the S key, look, I'm not doing anything. It goes like this and then it goes into the wall. Why is doing this when I go backward? Did I do any mess here? I'm taking value, so it's the same value. Input axis move forward. I don't know what because when I'm going backward anyway, I'm still going through this, right? Let me try to see. When I'm going backward, I should be going through this, right? So if I go forward, yes, I go up there. If I go backward, I go up there, but up there is the same. Add movement to mount, right? I connected mount, I connected value, and I connected word direction. And word direction, I took it from the forward vector above, so it's the same So this node at the moment is identical, right? At the moment these two nodes are identical, so it's the same if I do this. This one at the moment does not exist because I added it only for because I wanted to slow the speed, but look at what it does. When I go back, it's just like trembling, you know. And it does the same in the game. You remember that when we go backward in the game, it's going completely crazy. So when I go backward, it was like going crazy as well. It is the same effect. It's exactly the same effect. Maybe someone already discovered this. Going backward, movement, and then shake, I don't know. Why do my characters start shaking when moving backward? Exactly. Seems like your character mesh colliding with some components. No. This guy has the same problem, huh? No, but have you ever read this problem before? Check your blend space and try different interpolation time. However, you can debug this. Remove the blend space and put an animation sequence to see if it still happens. If you solve the problem, you need to change your blend space. And that's a good point. Because actually we have a blend space, I think, for this guy. And let me try to remove the animation. Instead of use animation blueprint, we do use animation asset and we select just the walk, okay? So this guy we walk all the time, but who cares? I like him walking. Hop, hop. No, it does exactly the same. It does exactly the same. That happened because of Orion orientation to movement with use controller Joe, but could be something else. I don't know. Let me go forward with the thread. Check events place, no. Concurrent update of direction. Probably in character movement component you have it set to direct. You have it set to direction follow velocity vector. Then in the blueprint you rotate the character in different direction. Finally I found it. I needed to use get control rotation instead of get world rotation of the camera mesh. What the fuck? I need... Let me restart the music, by the way. Why we stop the music? Ah yes, because I was showing you the new audio. Right? Or no? What happened? Okay. Finally I found it. I needed to use get control rotation instead of get world rotation of the camera mesh. But we use get control rotation, no? In our thing we do get control rotation of the pawn. Get control rotation. We do get control rotation of the pawn. Get control rotation of the pawn. Should I do it of the mount? But I don't think it makes a lot of difference because my pawn is the same as the mount, no? No, but get control rotation. Wait. Get control rotation. Get forward vector. Get forward vector. Get control rotation. Getting confused now. Hey, no, if I forward works all the time. Well, so now it works like shit also. I mean, it's following, now it's following the camera. Yeah, now it's following the camera, which is something I don't want. I want the character to press the key. But backward, I'm only pressing back, eh? Yeah, backward is now following the camera. It follows the camera as well. Backward follow the camera. So if I switch the camera to the right, it goes to the right, to the left, it goes to the left. But at least it goes backward. If I use this, it fucks up everything. Get control rotation. Can I use I don't know. I will try to use get control rotation of the mount, if that makes any difference. Going backward. But it's not going straight, it's going based on my... No, based on his camera. And his camera is always in the same position. So it's going in a circle, because his camera is always in the same position. Right? So if I do get control rotation, we are basically using the camera position. Marcellum, what is the point? Because he was looking for forward vector to change possibly two settings. I don't know, I'm trying all the possible combinations, but basically what I understand is that if I use get control rotation, I'm using the camera view. So based on how my camera is rotating, it will affect the character. So I don't want this, right? I don't want this. Now, if I use the forward vector, right, is working very well when I go forward, but when I go backward, it's not working well anymore. In this branch, you can forget it for a second. Okay, let's just use one branch so we are not getting confused. But if you want me to do a test, just tell me which test you want me to do and I will do it. Forward works well. Forward is perfect. Backward is doing this. Trrr. It's like trrr, trrr. Why is doing it only when I'm on the mount though? Can I replicate it on the character? Can I replicate it on the character? Yes, I think if I just use this, also here, when I'm not on the mount, I think it will do the same problem. It will have the same problem probably. Let me try. Yes. It's the same on the character, you see? If I do this, is trrr, trrr. It's becoming like a driller. And I can look in any direction. It's doing the same. So this guy says, I found it. I need to use get control rotation instead of get world rotation. Hey bro, but get control rotation, we tried, but then the camera is influencing the thing. I don't want the camera to influence it. If I do this, and I'm using get control rotation, then the camera is influencing the movement. I know he's rotating back. He always looks at me. When I go backward, he always looks at me. If I use this one, when I go backward, he does the trrr. I think is yes, I think it's this one together with the other setting, right? Which is messing up with him because he's trying to so I think he's fighting with the other setting that we have here. He's fighting with this other setting, which is orient rotation to movement. I think he's fighting with this one. Yes, exactly. Exactly. He's fighting with that. The problem is that now the forward doesn't work anymore. I mean, I'm like sliding all the time. But okay, let's try it on the horse because I think that so because the horse now is correct, we just need to disable no, it's on the character, right? Is the use control rotation Joe? No. It's on the movement. Is on the movement, and is orient rotation to movement. Okay, so it's on the movement. So I go on the horse and I disable this one. So now, assuming that I can get to the horse, exactly. Yes, I can. So now going backward should not anymore. Okay. So now going backward, it doesn't do the mess anymore. But going forward, I cannot rotate. Or I rotate super slow. What is doing? I mean, going backward and going forward now it's fine, okay? Going backward and forward now it's fine. But if I try to press left or right, it's doing basically nothing. It's moving like 1 millimeter to the left, 1 millimeter to the right. But maybe it is because we have scaled too much the values. We have scaled too much the values, huh? We have scaled too much the value. So the rotation is 54. Let me try to put it back to 540, just a second. I have to restore my character. No, doesn't make any freaking difference. Like zero difference. So the rotation is like if the rotation is not rotating anymore. When we are going left and right, I divided it by 50, huh? Let me remove this divide by 50. Okay, now it's slowly rotating, but is sliding. The problem is that now it's sliding, you know, and is why we and is why we and is the reason why we switch to the other setting, but the other setting is not working. Internet died. Yes, I found it. I found it. Yes, it's basically the actor forward vector, which is fighting with character movement, orient rotation to movement, right? But basically what I want to do when I press on left or right, I want the character to rotate. I think at the moment it's not rotating shit. I think at the moment is only giving a lateral speed, right? Is only giving a lateral speed, but the character is not rotating. I think I need to rotate it myself now. I mean, if I remove the rotation, the automatic rotation in the direction of the acceleration, I think I need to rotate it myself. Right? Because before it was rotating, because the rotation was aligning to my camera. So I think I need to get the current rotation, split it, take the Z, yeah, exactly, it's like a ship or a boat, exactly. So I think I need to rotate it myself. I mean, the Unreal Engine makes it easy for the character, so you have those settings already done for you, but so let's try to add a bit of rotation. I mean, not much, but let's try to add well, I can try to add the same value that is coming from the input and see what happens, right? By the way, thank God I can test it here and I don't... Can I restore my character to be... I have to do it only when... we are mounting, eh? So this thing, I have to do it when we are on the mount. Scary music, huh? But I just want to restore my character to work normally, because otherwise it's a bit annoying. Third person character. I want the... Here I want the... Here I want this, right? Yes. What? the fuck? Because now I did it on the character to do the test. Yes, exactly. I'm slowly getting there, but I think I start to understand this system. Okay, the character is restored. But yeah, it's two completely different movement systems. Why is not rotating? Is not rotating. Interesting. Set actor. Because I need to set the actor rotation to the mount, boys. To the mount. It's two completely different. But this is interesting because we may then use. Yes. I mean, it still looks a bit like shit because it's sliding, you know. But definitely feels better. It definitely feels better. So can I jump over that? Yes, I can. Definitely feels better. Now, it's not influenced by the camera, right? And this may be a bit confusing because, like, if you are looking at, it's like driving a car. So it's like driving a car. So if you are looking from this position and you try to go back and right, you go the opposite direction, obviously, right? So it's like driving a car. But I think it's good. I mean, it's good. He's still sliding. What I don't like is that it looks like he's sliding, but I think it's just the amount of rotation versus the... I think now is correct. I think now is correct. It's just the amount of rotation versus the amount of movement. So if he's sliding, it means that I'm moving too much, okay? I'm moving too much. So if I'm moving too much, it means that I need to reduce. Yeah, divided by 50 was a bit crazy, but yes, that was the idea. I need to remove, but I need to do it only when I'm on a mount. Can I split this in a better way? Because otherwise I'm confusing myself. That is on the mount, that is when I'm by feet, by myself. So this one I should not touch it anymore. When I'm on the mount, I want to divide this by 50. Divided by 50 seems to be crazy. I think it's too much, but... no, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It feels okay. I mean, it's not it's still sliding a bit, but it feels okay, huh? I mean, it's reasonable. Compared to before, is much, much, much better. Compared to how it was before 2 hours ago, right? When we started. It feels much, much, much better. The only thing is that now, you see, he's playing the walk animation. And when I rotate, he's playing the walk animation always, and it looks good. If I go back to the right setting, which is to give him the animation blueprint, when I will rotate...
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! If I go back to the animation blueprint, unfortunately, when I rotate, it will not play the... You see? It will not play the walk animation, and this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. I want him to play the walk animation when I'm rotating. The problem is that if I tell him to play the animation in the input, I think he will look a bit weird. Maybe I should do it on the key press. On the key press and released. Yeah, maybe I should do it on the key press and released. The problem is that the key press and release is this one. I mean I don't have a key press. I have the input move right. Because I fear that if I do it here, it will become a mess. It should be an animation blueprint, you think? That he knows that he's rotating? How does he know? How does he know in the animation blueprint that he's rotating? I mean, locomotion. You mean I have the speed, but the speed is the, I think when I'm rotating the speed is 0, no? Yeah, it should be for all the clients, yes. But I think the speed update animation, get speed, right? And then my locomotion is using this. My locomotion is using the speed on a blend space, right? So what I can do, I can calculate the rotation. I mean, I can do the same. Instead, in addition to speed, I can have the left and right, the turn speed. I don't know. I can have the turn speed, and the turn speed I set it to float. And I do a new function, which is get turn speed, and it will be called by the update animation. And get turn speed. How do I get, let me see, velocity? I think it's the same as this one. Vector length, get velocity. Set speed. Oh my god, when they are doing it the opposite way, you know, from the bottom up instead of the top down, is confusing me so much. It's so confusing. What the fuck? Cast to character. Get character move. Target. Who is target? Character move. Cast to character. Ah, okay, so it's starting here. I mean, this pile was insane. He's starting here, he's getting the character movement, okay, and he's getting the walk speed. Then, what the fuck he's doing? He's getting the velocity, he's getting the vector, he's dividing the max walk speed by the vector length. Okay, because he wants to know, he wants to know if I'm at the max speed or not. So he's trying to put it like relative to the max speed. Okay, that's fine. And then he's dividing. Okay, this one maybe we can do like this, which I think is okay. And then he's dividing one by the other and getting, as a result, actually this one goes up and this one goes down. Okay, so it's this divided by this. Okay, so that is the way. So we need to do something similar. What about you can create a variable that is ready in the enemy? Yeah, exactly is what I'm doing. Thank you. Yes. So so I can create the same. Let me just copy this 1 second, and then we do it differently, okay? But just to have the basics. So I will need to do set turn speed. Set turn speed. Okay. Now here I don't want the velocity. Return the velocity of the root component. I want the rotation. I don't know. I want the get. Maybe there are two velocity. No. Get turning. No. Get rotation. But get control rotation is not a vector. Wait a second, because I had a tutorial somewhere that was doing exactly that, and I have it open, by the way, because I was looking at it to get some ideas, but I don't think he has update animation, get velocity. No, it's not visible in this tutorial, I think. Maybe here. It's too small. Yeah, I think it's here, but it's too small to see. Fuck it. It's too small to see. No, it's invisible. It's invisible.
You expect me to believe that? Nah, I don't think so.
Yes, it's too small to see. You should believe it. You should believe it. Speed side, speed forward. Yes, this guy is doing the same thing. Let me go to the previous tutorial. There is tutorial number 6. I need the number 5, maybe. 1 second. I can watch it here anyway. Just that is more easy to do it on the other screen. YouTube. More easy to do it on the other. So it's called Unreal Horse Riding 5. Horse turning. No. 5, yes, but no, horse footstep sound. Let me try number 4. Horse movement. Maybe it does it here somewhere.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone. I want to see if here is doing the...
You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
It is Kerrigan. It is Kerrigan, huh? You like Kerrigan, huh? Let me see if here he had it already or not. Horse speed side. Ah, fuck, he has it already. He has already the speed side and the speed forward. Maybe he's creating it now, though. Maybe he's creating it now. Yes, he's creating it now. Ah, and that's it. Is this one. Is this thing. BP character. Get velocity. Dot product. Get forward vector. Get velocity. Get right actor vector. Speed side. Set speed side. Is this thing. Set speed side. Fuck it. So it's basically this one is basically, so he's getting the velocity, but if I'm standing still the velocity is 0. No? I think the velocity is 0. To me the I can do it this way, but I get velocity. I think get velocity will be 0, no? So what this guy's doing is this. He's doing this. But I think the velocity will be 0. Because when you are rotating, you have no velocity, no? Because for the speed, what he was doing, for the speed, he was doing velocity and forward vector. But yes, in this case, it makes more sense, you know, to have velocity and forward vector. Because velocity and forward vector, yes. Speed forward. I don't know, I can try, but I'm not convinced. I can set a flag. I can set a flag. You said I can set a flag to rotate from the character BP on an BP. Yeah, I can also just set a flag, like saying he's rotating yes and no. This is what you mean? But I think it would be nice to have the rotation speed anyway. I mean, how fast is rotating, but maybe we don't need it, huh? But this guy is doing it this way, but I have the feeling that the velocity will always be 0. If I'm in the animation blueprint, can I print a string? Ah, yes, I can. Wow. I can print also from the animation blueprint, huh? I didn't know. Turn speed. So if I do this, what happens? Turn speed 0, okay. I don't know, we have a value. Incredibly enough, we have a value. We have a value. We start slow, so it starts at like 0, then it goes to 1, 2, 3, so it's incremental. If I continue to rotate... No, but it is the angle. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Let me go this way. No, it's not the angle. It's definitely not the angle. No, it's really the... Yeah, but let me just print the velocity 1 second. What the fuck is the velocity? No, the velocity. The velocity should be 0. But anyway, if he says that it's not, fine. The velocity. Now we are printing the velocity, eh? No, it works. The velocity works also left and right. I don't understand why, but it's pretty good. It works also left and right. So it actually works. It actually works. The only problem that I see is that is negative and positive. I think I can ABS. I can absolute that because yeah, when I go left is -10, -5. When I go right is... I mean, we may need it, but... okay, but I think it's good. I think it's very good. Very good. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we have our turn speed. Right? We have our turn speed. Very nice. Very, very nice. And we update it. Now, it will be better to move it to C++, because doing this shit in Blueprint, it is done like every millisecond. This thing is done super, super, super quick. Right? So we should do it kind of... not so... But anyway, for now it's okay. So what we want to do now, we want to say that you will have to play output animation pose, blend Rivnak locomotion, entry default, based on speed. I go here and I play this. Yes and no. I mean, I need another branch here, right? I think there is a thing that is called blend on value. We can say if it's greater than 0. No, we can say if it's different than 0. If it's different than 0, I think there is a blend on boolean that I've seen already use it. Blend by bool. Blend by bool. True and false. No, no, it was not like this, I guess. No, blend the poses. Oh my god. I mean, how do I blend these two things? How do I say that? Because I don't think I can connect two, right? How do I mix these two branches? So I have a branch that when this is different than 0, I want to play this. Right? I'm not very expert in animation blueprints, as you can see. We added this, huh? Yes. There are no merges here. It's all one. No, it's all one. I need to merge two animation. I need to play. I don't know. Can I have two of those? No, I cannot. I cannot copy this. Huh? I think this guy should be doing the same, though, no? I think this guy should be doing the same thing. So maybe in his graph he has the same. But we need to see when he's clicking on the blueprint. When he's clicking on the blueprint, he's never clicking on the blueprint. I mean the animation blueprint. Nah. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Oh, is here, I think, no? Locomotion. No, this is another thing. There is the one that I want to do next, which is the ability to bend the... To bend... No. No, I don't need to blend. I need to have, you know, this graph, this thing going here somehow. Well, I can do this and fuck it. I think it is the same, right? So basically I say, if I am rotating, play the walk. If I'm not rotating, play the... But I don't like it, because in reality, you know, is... I think we need two states. We need the stationary state, because if we add in this locomotion we only have a default. But if we add like the idle and the walk, then in the idle I can do the check if I'm rotating or not. And in the walk I will use my blended, right? I will use my blend space. While now, considering I only have one, I'm kind of fucked. Should I add a new one? Maybe yes. So the default, we call it idle. And the idle will only do this. I mean, we'll only do what it was doing before. No. And the idle will do only what I want to do now, so which is the turn speed. Otherwise he plays the idle. Right? While the walk run will do this, no? I don't know. Hula so rich, eh? Hula is 1000 exactly? Wow, it's hard to be 1000 exactly. It's exactly 1000. That's how I should do it. Okay. The problem is that my blend also has the idle, but I don't think I care, right? So, and then the transition for the enter is that my speed is greater than 0, right? So if my speed is greater than 0, I move into walk run, and here if my speed is less than 0, less or equal to 0, then I enter this one, right? And then in my idle I can do this check, and if I just not sure about this blend by poses, like if they will blend weirdly, but I mean there is like a on off, right? On off, so or he plays this one, so if he's different than 0 we'll play the walk, if he's idle he will play the idle, right? So I think it should be okay now, but anyway, the more I use this engine, the more I think it's great. I mean, I think it's a great engine. He start and stop. Why? He starts for a second and then he stops. I have the fear that when we are rotating, our speed is anyway different than 0. Ah yes, because we have the velocity. You know, we need to consider, so when we get speed, now that we know that the velocity is So I need to do what the other guy was doing, which was what? The dot product of the dot product between the velocity and the forward vector. So this one in theory should return 0 now if because I think that the problem we have is that it's thinking that we are it's thinking that we are moving. Speed. No, I need to do this. Speed. Speed 0. Yes, you see the speed. The speed is calculated anyway. I mean, can I take only the... Can I take only one direction? No, because he has to be... No, he has to be the dot product, I think. I think he has to be... I think he has to be the dot product, but I'm not sure if the forward vector... Yeah, it should be. So how do I check if I'm going only forward? Only forward. You want to compare the result of get actor the dot product. If the dot product of the velocity and the actor forward vector are greater than some threshold, you are moving forward. No, because when I'm rotating... So if they point to the same direction, dot product equal 1, opposite 0, perpendicular is exactly perpendicular 0. So in theory, so in theory it's correct, but it's not correct. In theory it's correct, but in practice, when I rotate, it's giving me speed 717, you know? I don't understand. I don't understand. So in theory, the the velocity. No, I don't understand. I don't understand. When I go forward, then what does it say? Oh, wow. It says 900. Okay. It says 200. Ah, okay. So if I do a check between 0 and 17, I think it's okay. Okay, I understand. Okay, so I think that the threshold here is that my... okay, let me remove this. So I cannot check it for 0.
Practice does make perfect.
I can... Did I add this myself or was already here? I think I added this myself, right? Before it was only get velocity, right? I think I can do it here. I can check if this is I can check if this is greater than 50 or something. Ah, we are rotating, huh? Okay, I think we found a way. I mean, I don't know if it's the best way, but we found a way. The camera is shaking a bit. No? Sometimes. But I think it's good, boys. I mean, it's not perfect, but it definitely feels way better than before. Way better than before. Why the camera is shaking sometimes? The camera... The camera is shaking a bit. Is this change that I made now, which is making the camera shake a bit? No. He's doing it anyway. Maybe the arrow... maybe we are colliding with the... I don't know. In certain positions... Like here... By the way, I don't know why sometimes he's walking, sometimes he's not. Okay, now I disconnected the thing, right? But sometimes the camera is shaking. And now he's doing it way more often. He's doing it when I transition from... He's doing it when I transition from idle to walk, I think. Yes. You see also when I start, as soon as I go forward, I'm standing still. As soon as I go forward... No, now he didn't. Now he did it. I don't know. I don't know if the way I did it is reasonable or not. Snapping? No, because it seems that it happens only when I mean, now that I added this thing, right? It does it when I transition. When I transition between the idle and the walk states. The camera goes crazy. When I feel it when I transition between this and this. No, but even if I stand still, he's on the walk. He's on the walk animation. Now I'm playing the walk, eh? I'm playing the walk always, okay? When I'm on top of this, maybe you cannot see it, but the camera is shaking. When I'm running, no. When I'm in the gallop like this, it's not shaking. When I'm in the gallop like this, it's perfect. Or no? No, maybe not. Is when it's in the walk that is fucking... Why doesn't it move if I look at it straight? It doesn't move. Yeah, you see? The camera, at a certain point, the camera is bouncing up. If I go too close, it stops. I don't know. You see? It went up. Again. Do you see it? Now it's not doing it. Now it did it. I mean, it's totally random. Now we did it again. Is the animation which is fucked up or what? I don't know. Because the animation is short, so it seems that after like 4 or 5 cycles of walk animation, it is the perfect music for this guy. It's the perfect music for this guy, huh? When he's walking like this, when he's moonwalking like this. Okay, should we just don't care about it? But it's pretty annoying, I have to say. It's pretty annoying because... Oops. Because sometimes... I mean, I see it because I'm focusing on it. A normal player probably will not see it. Probably a normal player will not see it. But... yeah, when you stop, it's like... like this. I have no idea. Well, okay. For now, who cares? This one we will not fix. We will leave it like this. No, let's try to do the head rotation. Okay. Let's try to do the head rotation. Now the head rotation. I think the head rotation is a bit of a mess. But no, the head rotation, the idea I don't know where I need to do it though, because I need to do it always. So I need to do it in both Locomotion because it needs to work here and it needs to work there as well. So but basically when I'm walking, I want to consider the rotation. So the way this guy does it is this, which I don't understand exactly what he's doing, but anyway, is local to component. Okay, is local to component, and here is taking the bone. He's taking the bone. Now, which bone we want to move? This one, eh? The head or the neck? I think both of them. We want to move... let's try with the neck. If I take the neck and I put it here... No, I cannot do it, eh? I need to do... Transform bone. Transform modify bone. Okay. So transform modify bone. This guy is going here. And this guy is going here with the component to local. Okay. And now, in theory, if I look at our guy, right, we can look it from the top, and I do. Well, let me do it on the idle, so that we see it here, because I think we need to see it, otherwise if we don't see it, it's a bit problematic. So if I do rotation, right, rotation Z or X, I don't know which one, I do rotation 40. You must pick a bone to modify. Hey, yes, I want to pick a bone. Ah, bone to modify. We said neck. Rotation 40. Didn't rotate shit. Rotation 90. Bone to modify neck. Translation, rotation. Translation, we don't care. Scale, we don't care. Rotation. Rotation mode, ignore. The modifier ignore this channel, keep the existing bone translation. No, replace existing. Holy shit. Okay. Holy moly. Add to existing. Yes. Yes. Do. You see, this way it rotates a bit. You see, it rotates a bit. Now maybe this rotates too much, but it rotates a bit compared to 0. Did we fuck up something or no? No. So we want to get the turn speed, which we said that can be positive or negative. And actually the angle, I think the angle was not too bad, because the angle was between 0 and 20, something like that. So I think it's already good for this. So if we go Z rotation. So if we put this here, the only problem is that I think this thing will continue to add rotation. So this thing will continue to add the rotation, and so it will break his neck. I think he will break his neck. But we can try, eh? Just as a... I think we'll break his neck. Okay, let's see. Is it bending? Is it bending the head or no? I think it's... I think yes. Yes, 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 look. Holy shit, what happened? Yeah, he's bending his neck. Oh my god, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it so much. Oh, I clicked on something, huh? Yeah, I clicked on multiply. But look! He's bending his neck. Now, I don't know if... Holy shit. I mean, he has to be tweaked a bit, okay? But if I'm running... No, but when I'm running... because I didn't do... I did it only in the idle state. I have to do the same also in the other one, but let me try one thing, because we can rotate this, but should we also slightly rotate this one? Because at the moment we are rotating... No, at the moment we are rotating the neck. Okay. But should we rotate also the head then? Let me try to rotate the head and see what happens again. Okay, the head is really the head. The head is really the head. But yeah, I think the only problem is that it's based on the camera again. So if I look like this and I move this direction, is correct. But if I look the opposite, no. Why is based on the camera again? Fuck, why is based on the camera? This song is super good. This song, I really like it. All songs should be like this. Okay. So why the head? Why the head? Why the head? Wait a second, I lost a bit the train of thought. Yes, why the head is rotating with the camera? It's because when we get the turn speed... this get actor right vector is actually based on my position instead of the... What does it mean? Try get pawn owner. I want the pawn and not the pawn owner. I don't understand. Try get pawn owner. No, but this will make a mess. Oh, I don't understand why owner. I mean pawn owner, because owner seems to be the controller, right? And the control, I don't want the rotation of the controller. I want the rotation of self. This blueprint is not an actor. I don't know, because he's rotating wrong. So if I look from the front, the head is rotating. If I look like this, you see I rotate this way and the head is going the other way. Which is a bit weird. While if I'm doing it from here, then the head is rotating in the right direction. You see? So like this is okay. Like this is the opposite of the direction. Why? Fuck. It's always the opposite. No, actually, the funny thing that is moving as my mouse is moving, you see? If I move the mouse this way, it looks that way. If I move the mouse the other way, it's looking the other way. So it's looking where my mouse is looking. I don't know how to say. Ah, yes, if I do it. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's taking the rotation of my mouse. I don't understand. It's taking the rotation of my mouse. It's taking the rotation of the camera. I do the same in the car. Yeah, because you are waiting stuff to come from that direction, but you turn left, you look right, but then you look left again, you know? And we want the head of this guy to look left. Try get pawn owner. But we only have two ways. I mean, we have the get control rotation and we have the get actor right vector. And we have, how many other right vectors we have? We don't have many other right vector, eh? We have the get actor right vector, or through control rotation, we have the get actor rotation. Can try this, but I think it's the same as this one, by the way. This two, I think, is identical to this one, but let's see. Let's see. So like this is fine. Like this. Look, 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 look how much is rotating. No, it's not working. I mean, we just don't have the right value, but it's doing the job, you know, it's doing the job. It's just, we are just not getting the right value. Because the other thing I want to do, I want to modify two bones. Hopefully it's not heavy. I have no idea if this thing that I'm doing is heavy on the engine or not. I have no idea. But I want to modify two bones. I want to modify the neck. I want to modify the neck a bit and the head a bit. Now, I don't know how much, but let's try 5 the neck and 2 the head. 5 the neck and 2 the head. I think it should be way more evident. Yes, it is. Wow, too much. There are some values where I think we need to cap it somehow, but there are some values that are really too much. Why is based on my... I don't know why it's based on my movement. I have no idea. But I think it's good, eh? The technique, I like it. The rider socket is attached to the torso, eh? I can try to attach it to the root and see if it's not doing the shake anymore, but so it seems that in the animation blueprint I'm getting the rotation Is it the local to component which is doing the mess, or torso upper? Rotation mode, maybe is here. Rotation mode, add to existing. Rotation space. Rotation space. Component space. Parent bone space, word space. Set the position of the bone in the skeletal mesh component reference frame. Set the position of bone relative to the parent bone. I don't know, I can try to change it to parent bone and see if it does something. I mean, if he... And now he's wrong also in this direction. And he's correct in this direction. So now it's the opposite. Now it's the opposite. If I look it this way, if I look it this way, it's then correct. But these values are a bit weird though, because let me try to print the value of this turn thing that we are doing. Okay, let me try to print. So we set we set the dot product, which is a value we set between 0 and 1. No, it's not 0 and 1, by the way. So the original was this, right? The original was this, and we are printing this value. Well, I can just print this. And we are printing this value, right? So this value at the moment is 0, right? If I move a bit to the left, it becomes up to... Can we print only if it's not 0? Because otherwise... Print... let's do a branch different than 0. We will print only if different than 0, otherwise... Otherwise, it becomes a bit of a mess. But I think we are making good progress, Just a matter of fixing... Okay, so if I look right, this becomes 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 3. 0, 1, 4. So it's pretty consistent, I would say. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3. Okay, it's pretty consistent all around the character, right? So there is no discontinuity. So it seems to look quite... So when I go right, is positive, right? When I go right, is positive. When I go left, is negative. You see, it's doing -1, -2, -3. Now, if I look like this, going right, going right is negative. You see, that's the problem. That's the problem. That is, it's fucked up. Get I don't know if it's still related to how we set up our character. Maybe the problem is not even inside the animation blueprint. Maybe the problem is just I can try to print I can try to print let me try to disconnect this print 1 second, okay? And let me try to print it not in the animation blueprint, but just outside. So in the BP Rivnak, so in this thing, okay, and we will do it on the tick. We will do it on the tick. Who cares? Maybe we can do it every 20 tick, I don't know. But let's do it on the tick for now. So let me see how bad is that. It's bad, but not super bad. So I would like to get the actor rotation. So I would like to do the same thing that I'm doing here. Get actor. No, exactly this thing. Can I do exactly this? Can I do this and then the dot product and then print this value if exactly the same if it's not 0. Right? Okay, at the moment it's not printing because it's 0. Yeah, it's the same. So it's not something specific of the animation blueprint, right? It's just the way this get actor right vector is extracting. I still don't understand this thing. Let me print out the velocity, okay? Let me print out the velocity. Let me print out the velocity. Okay, let me print out the velocity. So basically the y and the x, the y goes positive and the x goes negative. No. They do what the fuck they want. It's always the same. No, the X, no, the Y, I don't know. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. Don't understand shit. 2, 2, 5, 1, 1. Like now the X is positive, the Y is negative. Now the X became negative. Is it based on the position? Ah yes, it's based on the position. So it makes a difference where I am in the rotation. It makes a difference where I am in the rotation. The right vector. I'm a bit lost in this left and right thing. The right vector -0,9, -1. No, wait. If I print it like this, I will never understand it. That's the problem. If I print it like this, I will never understand it. I need to get a rotation from this. Or I will never understand what it's doing. Okay. So now is the angle. So this one is 100%. It is 100% the angle. Okay, so it's 100. Is saying 115, 120, 130. If I go back, it says 130, 120, 115, 90. Okay, so this is the angle. If I go here, is 0. Here is 0. Is the 0 angle. If I do all the around, is 180. Okay. So this is the angle. Now, if I turn my so now we are at, let's go at 180. This is 180. 100 and, come on. Can you do 180? Okay, it's about here. Is minus 180. Now, if I look like this and I do the same, no, wait. 160. If I do like this, it's still 160. Okay. So this parameter is not influenced. No, sorry. This parameter is not influenced by the camera. Okay. Now I want to see if this parameter is influenced by the camera. Because one of the two is, so it must be this one, eh? Okay. This one is 90 minus 89. 90, 90, 100, 100, 100, 130. 100, 170. What the fuck? If I go left, it goes minus 1. Minus 1. Minus 170. 30. I mean, this is a vector that is 90 degrees compared to me, right? So it's 90 degrees to my right. So it should point. So in theory, when I'm like this, it should say 180. No, it says 113. If I go left, it says 180. It says 61. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What is this sorcery? What is this sorcery? So if I click on the right, it says 102. If I click on the left, it says minus 77. Okay, but anyway, if I click on the right, it says 102. Left, minus 177. Now I do this. Yes, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. So why this shit, why this velocity is compared to the camera? Why? Returns the velocity of the root component. I don't know what this thing is doing. I don't know why get velocity is get velocity. I don't know what get velocity is doing basically. Get velocity influenced by camera position. Why the documentation is always so shitty? Returns velocity of the root component if it's either using physics or as an associated movement component. Okay, thank you, but probably is reading it from the movement component. What the fuck is get velocity? Yeah, exactly. What the fuck is get velocity? Pom 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 pom.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Get velocity. It's called get velocity. It's going to take in an actor and it's going to return back a velocity. Well, it's going to return back a vector, which is going to represent the velocity of your character. Now, what is the velocity? Well, first of all, let me rephrase the velocity of the character. The velocity node here basically returns the information of the root component if it has physics, or if it's got a movement component attached to it. And the velocity is basically the speed internally that the item is moving in the direction it's moving.
But I'm rotating. I am rotating. Why when I'm rotating the velocity is freaking...
Let's run our example here. We'll look at our velocity. 600 and the X, or well, if I stop,
okay, if you are moving is easy.
Character this way, like this. Okay, so we're gonna see negative 600 on the Y or positive 600 on the Y, depending on if I'm basically going
wait. It was rotating. It was rotating for a second.
Character this way, dropping off. Let's move this character.
You see, when he's rotating, the velocity is 0. Did you see it?
I'd stop dropping off.
Look now, Look at the top 0, 0, 0.
Let's move this character this way, like this. Okay.
He's rotating, the velocity is 0. Why for me, when I'm rotating, the velocity is something? Then it's not the one I should use, I guess. No? Starting to be a bit late though. Fuck it. It's starting to be a bit late, boys. I think I need to go, which is bad. Which is bad, I know. But I think we did good progress. We did very good progress. So let me go back to my... So, added the jump, we didn't do it. Fix the player position, we didn't do it. I didn't do it. But we did slow down rotation while on horse, right? We did this. Oops. We did this. at least we understood a bit how to do it, and I think we figured out the rotation. And also we did another interesting thing, which is the have the horse move like a horse. I mean, what I mean that is not like a character, you know? Like the horse move like a car and not like a character. Okay. I don't know if it makes sense, but so it's going back. So it's like the going back, the rotate while moving, you know. So all of that. So this thing, we did it. So now I think it moves much better. It moves much better. Then we did have the horse bend his neck. So we are working on this. We understood how to do it. The problem is that we are getting values which are not proper to what we want to do. So the values of the rotation are not correct, and I don't know why. But as you can see, this guy is rotating his head, right, on one side or the other side, and I think it will look so much more natural, right? Will look so much more natural. So I think it's very nice compared to having a horse that is just standing still, right? And I think when we will combine it also with the movement, at the moment it's not combined with the movement, but when we will combine also with this, and he will also bend his neck in this movement, I think it will look so much better, right? So I think we know how to do it, and now we are working on this one. And then we need to do the other things, like the jump, the player position, etc. Okay? I think with that, I'm going to close it. Yeah, it's very late. But thanks for watching, thanks for being here. And if you are new to the stream, please click on follow on Twitch, and please click on subscribe on YouTube in case you are new and you want to see again what I'm doing. Also, we have a Patreon site, and we have a goal of 30 Patreons that we are trying to reach. At the moment we have 23, so we have one more. I will check who was added, because actually we were at 22. Now we have 23. So I can update this thing. So we will go to 23. So we have 23 Patreons at the moment. You see there in the top right, above, up there, up there. Yes. And so on the Patreon site you find some videos and other stuff that we do and such, right? See you boys next time. I think tomorrow I can stream if all goes well. I'm trying to keep the daily rhythm. Let's see if I manage to do it. Okay? See you boys. Have fun. See you next time. Pa-pa-para-pa-para.